In today's video, I'm going to explain to all of you why the market is about to go insane tomorrow. I'm also going to be doing an updates on some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video, and I'm going to be explaining why exactly the market had a massive sell-off on Friday. Stay tuned. Y'all, before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, and also don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, or if you are new to the channel. All right, so let's get right into it. Right off the bat, in the last video, again, if you haven't watched the last video, I strongly urge you to do so. I explained to you exactly why the move to 3,800 was going to happen. I gave y'all the psychology behind it. I gave y'all the exact target on where we should experience turbulence. I was very specific, all right? And the market actually played out really, really well. As you can see, we had the bear trap at the bottom. This is the bear trap. Again, for those of you who maybe new, that's the bear trap, where all of the shorts have to cover all of their positions before the massive squeeze, right? Now, after this structure happened, the turbulence is right over here. This is when things becomes choppy, it goes sideways, but there was a little hint, all right? And now the hint was on Thursday, I believe it was on Thursday afternoon when the spy showed this structure. I'm gonna use the Discord to explain to y'all like the exact process of what happened. So this was what was happening on the 6th, on Thursday. The market was just cooking over here. I was just waiting for it to make its decision. And in the afternoon, it was looking really, really bearish. So this is how the spy was looking like, right? Very unclean at the top right there before the sell-off. And then I took a look at QQQ, and it turned out that this was very simple bearish panic when you adjust your perspective just a little bit. And QQQ, obviously it follows the SPY, which follows the Dow. When you see these bearish structures like that, you should be extremely worried to be bullish or to swing calls or to buy shares, expecting the massive move to the upside, right? So this structure right here, again, we don't follow the news over here. But if you've been watching the channel, if you've been following the videos, you know that we trade structures over here, and we really care less about the news. I wasn't even aware of the unemployment data being put out on Friday until it was actually put out. But the chart itself was just telling me that this thing was going to be bearish, right? So this is what happened on Friday. This level right here, again, this level of support broke through pre-market, and it was pretty obvious to me that this thing was going to drop all the way down to 200 and to 362 on that specific day before rebounds. Now, this structure right here, I think that is going to play out well. I had this thing in mind on Friday morning, and the chart was following it exactly to the T, right? Everything was just crashing down. And today, the market is looking like this on the 4-hour. So I'm going to do, we gotta look at that, right? I'm gonna pull back that neckline right over here, and then the level of support right over here. Like it should play out. And the drop to 362 happened like today. It's happening after I guess this is after hours or pre-market hours. Either way, it's after when the market is closed, right? The futures market is moving. It's happening right now. So now that it touched that level, the next logical move is for this thing to go higher and to go all the way up to 372 and a half. Yeah, is 372.5. Yeah, that's where I think the market is going to go on Monday. And to give y'all a bigger picture, I'm gonna scroll down in the Discord. That way I can show you exactly the outcome of the structure that I'm following is somewhere over here, right? So this is the structure that I had in mind on Thursday night going into Friday and on Friday morning and even today. I'm showing you right now. So this is it. It's a somebody could say that it's an inverse head and shoulders, but this right here makes it very complex. It's not the cleanest one, but it's there, right? And that's what the SPY is looking like right now. So for Monday, I'm expecting this giant move right there based off of the charts and based off of the charts alone. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But the fact that this is here, the fact that I've made money on this structure before, and I have it and I see it, um, I'm not gonna change my mind until the market shows me something else. Until the SPY breaks below 361 and even gets below 360, I'm not changing my mind. I think that we're going to run. So watch the overall market for a big move up. All right. Now I'm also going to. We gotta look at the VIX. So this is the VIX. Again, for those of y'all who watched the last video, it's playing out like I told y'all. First, we have the drop all the way down to 28. It went all the way down to 28.50. Didn't quite get that low, but it got in that range where turbulence was supposed to happen, right? So maybe we can see this thing drop again on Monday, maybe again on Tuesday, right? And then we could see another turbulence again. Now, keep in mind that this week there is the PPI data, the producer or products price index. All right, and then the consumer price index. These are measures for inflation. These numbers are going to be reported on Wednesday morning and on Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. Central Time, right? And when they put out these numbers, the market is going to move, especially on Thursday when the CPI data will come out. If it turns out worse than expected, um, their, the sell off is going to continue. Like it's going to sell off quite aggressively, just like it did last month. All right. So just keep that in mind for this specific week. So that's my thoughts on the overall market and why I think the market is about to go insane next week. Now, let's take a look at some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the past. In the last video, I told y'all to watch 3 stocks for a long. The top 3 stocks to buy right now, right? It was McDonald's to start off. Now, McDonald's, I told y'all to watch it for a big move all the way up to 240. It got there twice. The stock is very, very generous, right? First of all, it opened higher after I made that video. It opens at 236 or 37. And then immediately out the gates, it just sprints. It just goes right up to the target. So congrats to anybody who was able to make some money of McDonald's, right? So this is the first chance to get out, right? You get in here at the open, you take your money off the table right here. And then if you want to be extra, extra, extra greedy, right? And you really think that it can go higher, when you see this retest of the previous highs and it starts to fade, you gotta get out. This is the market telling you that, hey, you've made your money, be content and leave, right? Because we're about to take a turn to the downside. So that's essentially what happened. It got there and then it immediately rolled over. The next stock that I told y'all to watch for a long, this one played a lot better. It was Bank of America. I gave y'all the play-by-play. I told you guys that we had 1 bottom, 2 bottom, 3 bottoms right here, right? And shorts are going to panic if we open up higher. It did. It opened up at $31 and flew to $32.50, just like I told y'all in that video. So if you took that trade, let me know in the comment section below. Congratulations to anybody who was able to make some money on Bank of America. Now, the last stock that I told y'all to watch for a long, that one I was off by $1. I told y'all to watch Roku for a jump to $63. Actually, I think I told y'all $64. I told y'all 63 if it's really, really fast. And I told y'all 64 if it turns out really slow. This is the big fast jump, right? It opened up really high above 60 and it ran to 63. So this one did its job. And to expect anything higher than that rapidly is it's just greedy. Come on, guys. So congrats to anybody who was able to make some money on that as well. As soon as it retested, everything just started to roll over. And notice the trend, like this one, for example. I'm gonna show y'all another one, Visa. So this is Visa right here in MA. So this is the structure of MA. Again, that big pop with the overall market, everything kind of like retested. The term where previous support becomes new resistance. That's essentially what had happened. And all of these were lining up on Thursday. So the big drop on Friday was very predictable. So um and very expected. We shorted plug. And we're gonna look at plug because I told y'all to watch plug for a drop all the way down to the gap fill at $17, right? Um, it was rolling over after the first pop, and the gap is right over here. I'm still watching it. We took a trade on it, and I ended up getting out of plug right at these two circles. First, I took some money off at the open, right? And then it just kept dropping and dropping. I sold more over here, and then I sold all of my puts, like all of the rest of my puts right here on that day after the stock was down by 7% on the day, right? Now, can this go down? Does it have more room to the bottom? Yes. Yes, it can. But the way it gets there, is it going to waste time or is it gonna just drop down low immediately? That I don't know. I thought it would fill the gap on Friday because I was expecting a massive drop in the market, which happened, right? But I was expecting a 17% drop on Friday for plug. That's why I shorted it. And unfortunately, it only gave me 7%. So, and when I look at the overall market and the structure that I showed y'all, if I'm right and we bounce, then plug is gonna waste time again before filling the gap later on, either this week or next week. All right, either this week or next week. So that's kind of like a scenario that's in my mind, and I wanted to let you guys know that way y'all can be very prepared for next week on all of these stocks. All right, so that's my thoughts and opinions on all of it. If you have any comments, questions on any stocks of interest that you want me to address, you can drop it in the comment section of the video below. All right, now again, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on that notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, we can get all of this information in real time as I see them. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't added me on social media yet, you can find me at Paul NGumah and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there's some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below, step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after setting up Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul NGumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.